Welcome to another episode of the Ballinesian Podcast here on the Polytickin Network. Someone's talking about sports. Charger and Raider fan about to get into the latest of what Los Angeles and Las Vegas are doing in the NFL. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're here on the Polytickin Network. Make sure to subscribe to the Patreon, support the channels, follow us on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're already there. If not, get to YouTube, search the Polytickin Network, subscribe and follow, ring the bell, so you know exactly when we're dropping these videos for the Ballinesian Podcast, Polytickin Podcast, or even the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit there on the Polytickin Network. We are, as always, sponsored by Levasa Island Apparel. Shout out to Brother E. Rai Jose out there in Modesto, California, collaborating this Saturday, April 12th, with Pie Fest in San Mateo for the STEAM Fair. I saw the STEAM. I was like, that's not STEM, but they added in the A this year for Levasa and the Via Dolorosa Church. You've seen the post there on Levasa, We Are Pie Fest, where the Via Dolorosa congregation of the youth is going to be performing there in San Mateo. But definitely check out Pie Fest for all the information there. Man, I wish we were like there in California so we could show up and definitely support and be there. And it's dope for the kids. I want my kid to go to all the Pie Fest stuff, all the STEAM stuff, all the STEM fair, anything like that. Robots, freaking.
And tell them, and don't be fat like me. And I saw Pie Fest and I was like, "Whoa, pies!" I read more about it. I was like, "Oh, but that's even cooler than just the Pie Fest." But hopefully, there's also pie there. But yeah,
check out Le_Vasa. That's at LE_VASA on Instagram, on TikTok, and definitely follow along. So you have all the latest and greatest that's coming out from Brother Iraq. All right, sports. We can needle that down just a little bit. Football, the NFL, the Chargers and the Raiders. We're going to be talking about a couple different things that have happened for the Chargers and the Raiders just in this last week. We start with the nation, the silver and black. We talked about this on last week's Ballinesian Podcast episode about information coming down that they were trying to re-sign and extend new quarterback Geno Smith. That happened this week. They made it official, giving Geno Smith 2 more years for $75 million. So that's this year is the last year of that contract he signed with the Seahawks. He's getting $31 million. And then 2 more years after that, Geno Smith is locked in as the Raiders quarterback. Now that the news is official, for you, how did you feel about the overall contract size, and how do you feel about having Geno Smith tied to the Raiders through the 2027 season?
Well, first of all, Lance, thanks for the question. No, I think it's a great signing. It's good money. I know a lot of people were like, "Well, that's so much money," because all they saw was like 75, 80 million with like I think it's 60 guaranteed. And they're, "Oh my gosh, like all that money, it's just Geno." I mean, it's what pretty much uh almost what Seattle offered him. Like that's his market. So I mean, plus we get a quarterback for another 2 years after this. It's a good contract. Whoever they bring in to take over for Geno, he can learn now, and they don't have to really scramble too much now to find the next guy up. They can take their time. They might not have to draft one this year. Might have to wait. They can wait a season, or they can look. Maybe they'll find someone in free agency. I know they had a chance, as the rumor goes, to trade for Joe Milton. They could have matched the offer that Seattle, that Dallas put up for him, but they didn't. So I don't know. Joe Milton would have been a pretty cool backup. I mean, almost the same stature and size as Geno, probably a lot more athletic physically, but Geno would have been a pretty good guy to learn from. So yeah, I think the contract's great. The money's great. It's good to. He's probably the better of the quarterbacks that have been in Las Vegas for the past few years. Just it's been a carousel of quarterbacks in and out over there. So
Yep,
it's
for
kind
sure.
of yeah, and he's skill wise too, probably the better of any of the quarterbacks that have been there. I know Derek Carr had a few good years there, but I think right at this point, Geno Smith is probably better than him as well.
Who would you
Um,
say was the last Raiders quarterback better than Geno Smith?
ooh, that's hard to go back to. I mean, you want to say Derek Carr when uh when he was on, when he first got in
Yeah,
there.
yep.
Because Derek Carr, yeah, Derek Carr would have been there. But I mean,
When he
at
was
this
hot,
point,
he was
right,
pretty good.
right. Before he got hurt, I think after he got hurt, the ankle injury just kind of changed his whole outlook on like because he used to actually take off before that. Like he still ran the ball a little bit when it was like
Younger.
super clear out there for him to run. And
For sure.
then after he got hurt, it was like, man, I'm just gonna stay back here and kind of, get sacked all the time. But
But it's
hey, I
way
get it,
better
man.
than the Gardner Minshew's and the Aiden O'Connell's fourth round picks, stuff like
Yeah,
that. Geno
yeah.
Smith
I mean,
raises the floor there.
Aiden O'Connell didn't have a chance to come in and learn from anybody. It's not his fault. I mean, I'm pretty sure he might have turned into like he still has a chance. Sorry, to turn into a really good quarterback in the league. Um, Man, Minshew, I thought he'd be a lot more mobile, like because that's how he won games for a lot of the teams that he was a backup for and then the
Minshew
part-time
pocket
starter.
magic.
Right, right. Just get out, try to make extend plays, just get out and move the pocket a little bit for him, and he could do that. But
He
none of
wasn't as
that magic.
professional as I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a lot better than Aiden O'Connell, and it was back and forth the whole
Right,
time.
right. I don't think they were, honestly, I don't think they were ever really set on any of those two guys really being the starter. That might also have been the problem with staff wise and the organization itself. I don't think they were like dead set on it. I think they were just like, you know what, we're just gonna have to go with what we got.
But I mean, Geno Smith isn't that exciting a name though. But I guess it says here, uh, Pete Carroll said Geno Smith provides that instant stability, right, at quarterback.
Right, right.
After the Raiders the last couple of years, at least it says it's here 6 players starting at quarterback since moving on from Derek Carr in 2022. So that's just in the last 2 or 3 years, and now you have a guy that is not only going to be here for this upcoming year, but 2 more years after that, he's got a contract for 75 million. The number two is like that's not bad, right? The
It's not a
top
bad
like
number.
Jalen Hurts is making 50 million a year, so
Right.
this is like pretty good value too.
It is. And so, like you just said, he's not a, or what did they say? He's not a sexy name out there that you would have like
Right.
jumped out your seat when they signed. But if you look at the
Joe
numbers he did,
Milton.
right. Right. Well, I mean, Joe Milton's a sexy name because he's young,
People
he
see
can
the
run.
potential. Yeah.
People
They
see
saw
that
what
he
he
can
did.
run. He's got a big arm. Uh, and it's not like he just did all of that in like mop up duty. He did start a game and lost the Patriots their number one pick, like their top five pick in the
By
draft, like
winning, by leading
right
them
by
to a
winning.
win.
Uh, but yeah, but you think about how Gino had to work in Seattle behind a busted line. Um, yeah, just all the stuff that he had to deal with DK and the drama that he was there. Not that DK wasn't a great player for him. Uh, and then you think that he took them to the playoffs multiple times. So, and his numbers are great. If you look at his numbers, again, if you're just like, if you're a fan, you're gonna see a lot of the good stuff, but what you're also gonna see is like the interceptions or the first round bow outs in the playoffs. That's what you're gonna concentrate on. But if there's a lot of fans in Seattle who kind of sad to see him go because he was consistent and he was good there. With what he had to work with, he was good. So uh, I like yeah. Gino may not be the shining star out there, the name that everybody wanted to see signed, but I think he's going to be good for the Raiders, just as good as Alex Smith was for the 49ers before he got hurt.
Okay, that's a pretty good comparison. Like a
Yeah.
professional, but like not gonna blow your socks off, but could
Nah,
still
but he's going to win.
make
He's
sure
going to
that
win.
games that are winnable are
Right.
won,
Get
and you're
one.
not
Yeah.
fumbling those away, throwing interceptions to let the team that you should be beat stick around or get the
Exactly.
lead. So I'm hoping that this raises the floor of the Raiders ceiling so much.
For sure. And I mean, I think that was the big move that got all the little moves rolling. So
Hmm.
got that done, and then you were able to go out there and just start kind of putting in position some of these guys that they signed uh that are gonna fit, I think, just as much as some of the guys. Like to me, Robert Spillane was the probably the toughest guy to let walk just because he was more than just the on-field guy. He was a locker room guy there. He was a big community guy. A lot of the people in the organization loved him being around. A voice on the field as well. So, but they went out and got a guy whose numbers compared to his, who probably has better numbers and might fit in a little better in Patrick Graham's system. So yeah, we'll see. And they got a Devin White to come in there, who was a top 5 pick when coming out of college. I mean, he hasn't played at that level yet, like super high at that, but he's been consistent too. So yeah, but they did today release Jack Jones, which is it's a little perplexing because they haven't really gone out and got a cornerback yet. So I mean, of course, obviously after that, all the rumors were gonna fly about like draft day, about now they have to think about drafting a corner first. But I don't know. They did sign Stokes
Eric
uh
Stokes from the Packers.
from the Packers, who was a first rounder when he was coming out of college. He's shown some promise in the league. He's got size. He's got that size that Pete Carroll likes from his corners. So
When you guys lost Jack Jones, what was he for you guys last year? Was he like cornerback number one? Was he the guy guarding the best receivers, or was he like an inside
man,
piece? What would you say?
no, I mean, I guess you would put him there at like the guy who would guard your best corner, but I think the best corner in there was um what is his name now that he's gone? I can't remember his name. But he was the
Not a
nickel
Raider
corner,
anymore.
right? No, no, who cares? Hobbs. Hobbs was the
Nate
he was a nickel
Hobbs.
cornerback,
Nice.
and he was touted as one of the best nickel cornerbacks in the league. But
I
I
heard
mean,
Jack Jones' name a lot.
so not just his play, but also because his ties to Aaron Pierce. Aaron Pierce coached him in high school,
Antonio.
coached him in college. Sorry, Antonio Pierce, same guy. I'm not,
Who?
yeah, Antonio Pierce coached him in high school at Long Beach Poly. Shout out to the Jackrabbits. Uh, had him over in college, Arizona State, and then when he got to the league and he got a chance to have Jack Jones over after Jack Jones was having problems in New England, um, then it looked like he was showing well, not looked like he was showing more promise. Like he rises to the occasion anytime he's playing under Antonio Pierce. And then um, the incident where Antonio Pierce called out the guys for not going all out, not making
Business
tackles, and
decisions.
right business decisions
Wow.
that was the term used. And then Jack Jones came out and said he knows he's one of those guys, and he
So,
right. I
hey,
mean,
he
he
was
said,
talking
"Yo,
about me.
I'm not gonna lie, he was talking about me," and he took ownership of it, and he. But after that, I mean, but
So
he's there to cover guys. Come on, I mean, yeah, he's got to make the tackles, but at the same time, I get it, man. He's a small guy. He's not trying to get rolled up by the whole crowd.
you okay, so now that Jack Jones has been released, the Raiders tried to trade him away, try to get something, maybe a late pick
They do
swap.
save, right? They do save 3.4 million in cap space.
Okay.
So that's
So
yeah.
is that the reason why he was let go for that cap space, or was it like
I think
does it
they did.
fit?
I think if they keep him, I don't know whether or not I didn't see that in the contract details, but I think if they kept him any longer, they might have paid him a little bit more or lost or got less back
Mhm.
after releasing him. So I think they had to release him as early as today so they could get the most money out of it.
This wasn't because he didn't fit in Carroll or the
They didn't say there's
Graham
been no
system.
reports about that, but I mean, also for a guy who's so closely tied to the former head coach, you know, I don't know if maybe they felt like he didn't fit in, like you were just saying. Um, and maybe they wanted to give him a chance to go like early so he can go and find a team to sign with and he's not just out here. he is an intriguing piece though for a lot of teams because he's a good cover guy. You know, he can't deny that. He has some of the most entertaining highlights. The pick he had against the first pick he had that 2 years ago on a Monday night game in LA. Uh man, what an amazing pick six. Who were they playing? Anyway.
Shut up.
Anyway, that was man, that kind of set his like his lore, I guess, in Las Vegas. That pick six, I mean, amazing. He
Oh,
read the,
that 63-20 game.
is that what it was? That the
Jack Jones was the one that
charge.
blitzed in, intercepted it behind the line of scrimmage on a swing pass, and then walked it into the end zone.
He
Oh,
did.
thanks a lot.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for reminding me.
You're welcome. But then when we figured out the plan and gave the plan to the rest of the league to beat Kansas City, and everybody followed that plan, Jack Jones was also the one who picked sixth um, Kermit the Frog, uh, Patrick Mahomes, and he let Patrick Mahomes know about it on the way to the end zone. So he did. He played with some swagger.
Oh,
Uh,
damn.
he backed it up. I mean, like when he played,
Disrespectful.
hey man, sometimes you got to be disrespectful to beat the best. Kids,
Okay.
don't take. I'm just kidding, kids. Don't.
Okay, coach.
I've never said that in a
Hey,
huddle. I
hey, hey.
promise.
It's gonna be disrespectful. Moving up the levels.
Like, hey, if they're gonna talk to you like that, you better talk to them back like that, okay? But yeah, Jack Jones. I think there's gonna be a lot of teams out there who are gonna inquire about his services. I don't think he'll be a free agent for long. He's got the talent to play corner in the league. He's got the talent to be a starter in the league. So good luck to him. I think he's gonna find himself on another team pretty quick. Uh, and then as far as the Raiders cornerback room, they still got part-time starter from last year, Jacorian Bennett. He comes back. A guy they drafted
Right.
a year ago, DeCamarion Richardson. They also got MJ Devonshire, who was drafted the same year as Richardson. They have Caillou Blue Kelly on the roster, Darnell Holmes, and then Eric Stokes, who they signed this offseason. So they still
With
got some guys there,
yeah,
but
with all the guys that you just named off, does that mean that like I mean, and we also you mentioned like with Jack Jones leaving, now people are like, well, are they going to take a cornerback with their first round pick? The Raiders, let's remind everybody, are picking at number 6 overall,
in the
and so
first round,
in the
yeah,
first right, in the first round. So number 6 overall. There's not too many corners projected to go so high. Um, but could you see the Raiders picking a cornerback at number 6, or do you think it's more like second, third round, maybe later?
there is one cornerback now. There was two before Ben Morrison got hurt at Notre Dame. He was projected to be anywhere from 1 to 10. He had the
Damn.
season-ending injury mid-season, and then of course you can't really I guess evaluate somebody if they're not on the field. So that hurt his draft stock a lot. So from being considered 1 to 10, he's now considered like a early second round,
A day
early third
two.
round. Yeah, well, because second round is day one still, so he can still go day one,
Mm.
and then like a early
No, no,
day.
no.
Oh,
The night one is just the first 32 picks.
oh, bullshit.
And
Sorry.
now Friday is rounds 2 and 3, and then Saturday
Yeah.
is the last 4
So
rounds sped up all
he
day.
could sneak into the first round, but he's definitely an early second day pick. Definitely. But the one cornerback who everybody's projecting and has been projecting has stayed at that spot is Will Johnson out of Michigan. He's long, he's fast, he can tackle. So
Nice.
yeah, he's been one of the top corners as well as Ben Morrison in college for like the past 3 seasons. Like as soon as they came out of high school, they were like guys just like they showed up their freshman year and they stayed like the top corners in college for their whole time in college. So yeah, Will Johnson's he's a good one. And I don't know, Pete Carroll's a defensive coach. Cornerback is definitely a need, especially now that Jack Jones is gone. It is a need. But I don't see them going corner because I think corner is one of those positions that you can definitely find a starter like on day 2 and day 3. There's a lot of corners that come out every year, and cornerback's one of the more complex positions to play in the league. So I still think you can find a good corner day 2, day 3. So if they're confident, I know they've been scouting corners, so I'm pretty sure they've got guys on their list. And depending on how far um, Jonty and Tet is on their board, I think those right now are still the top guys that they're looking at right now. Um, and then probably Will Johnson, I think would be like the third guy that they might go after. But I think they go offense. I think they either go Genty or Tatairo McMillan. I think those are the guys that they're looking at right now. But
I really hope McMillan gets
right,
to one of our teams.
oh
If
man,
not
I
you,
do,
then slides to us. There,
I
I
do.
heard Emeka Obuga. Say that again.
No, you say it again. I'm
Abuka.
not gonna try.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
try.
the wide receiver from Ohio State.
Is he rising? Hey, that guy's been consistent his whole career. I would not mind the Raiders pick, not at 6 though, but if he fell to the Raiders in the second round, I wouldn't mind seeing him in a Raiders uniform. He's man, he's been solid at I almost said Notre Dame at Ohio State, you know. So
But not in the second round. It looks like he might go even before Tatairo McMillan. And then Matthew Golden is another wide receiver that, at least in, I think, the NFL.com, one of their guys' latest mock draft for the wide receivers, McMillan's fallen to third wide receiver. So I don't know.
all
With
because
the
of a
way the
2-year-old
quarterbacks
injury.
could go, I'm hoping Jackson Dart goes in the top 10. I'm hoping they push all the skill players down. Okay. You can have all the offensive tackles. You can have all the safeties. You can have all the quarterbacks. Leave the wide receivers. Leave the running backs. Leave the DBs for
Yeah, I
some of
mean,
us in the back half, please.
with that all happening, also with the almost certain rise, or not rise, but the certainty of Travis Hunter now going 1 or 2. Uh, I think that shakes up the draft as well now because I think there were some teams hoping that like there was like a glimmer of hope that he slipped past like maybe 3, and then I think teams would have tried to make the move up to pick up Travis Hunter if they could
Hmm.
because the ask wouldn't be as much as trying to trade up to 1, 2, or 3. But I think after his pro day and just the way Shadur is supposedly sliding, I think I don't think Travis lasts past 2. I
Hmm.
was really hoping in the beginning when everybody was talking like really hyping up the 2 quarterbacks. I was hoping the Raiders had a chance at drafting Travis Hunter, but I like Tatairo, even though watching the interview, I won't lie, hearing that from a guy that might potentially play on your team, it is concerning. But at the same time, we've seen him put up the work, we've seen him produce. I'm pretty sure he watches film with this position group. I'm pretty sure he watches. It's like it's his job. It's like when we go to work and we don't want to do something, but we still have to do it because it's our job. I'm pretty sure he watches film, even though he
In
doesn't like.
within the wide receiver meetings, right? And that video that you're talking about where the guy recorded him and he's like, "No, I don't watch film.
It's not even an official
I watch film
interview,
with the group." That
right?
was supposedly that was from a while back, and it's different now.
Yeah,
And you're right. We have seen the tape. We've seen this whole last year where he was just smoothly dominating.
yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, I hope everyone is scared off of Tetaroa McMillan because of that. Maybe the Chargers leaked it to get him to fall to 22 or something, but Yeah, I think he's going to be okay, but that's definitely something that people hear is like, oh, you're not 100% going to put all your time in and make us better. And, it's just kind of guilt tripping the worker, but
Hey man, but I
it's
hear
a job.
The Chargers don't need him, man. They just signed a guy who's like a tight end, but like plays wide receiver. I heard he's super fast. And why
All
are you
right. Yeah.
laughing?
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's talk about the Chargers. Uh,
Next.
the Chargers this week signed international pathway program player Jordan Petaia to as a tight end. So they got him on an IPP contract, which is it's kind of it's not like everyone that makes it, makes the team even or makes it out there. So yeah, let me find where this article. Where did I put this? Former Wallabies star. What's a wallaby?
It's a wallaby, man. A walkabout. See
A
some wallabies in
walkabout.
the walkabout.
So he's from Australia. Petaia is 25, has spent the last few months at the IMG Academy in Florida learning American football. So, but he's been a rugby star or been a
Hey,
rugby player for a while.
did you just
Do,
did you just retract your statement of being a rugby star?
wait. I don't want to make it seem like he was the MVP or anything. But ESPN is like, hey, he played 31 tests for the Wallabies, featured in both the 2019 and 2023 Rugby World Cup.
Okay.
So yeah, he's played in big games, but this is different. The Chargers are taking a low risk, high reward flyer on someone with physical potential. But also, it says he had a bunch of injuries, including concussions. So I'm like, oh, great. We're gonna
Well, I
bring.
mean, he plays the sport without a helmet, so I mean,
Uh,
you'd expect some concussions.
yeah, so Jordan Petaia now on the Chargers as the international player pathway through the international player pathway training program, which brings international players from all across the world, Western Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere, up in Europe,
Hey, look,
Africa,
man,
the islands.
the Eagles went to Australia and they came
Hey,
back with
well,
Mailata.
yeah,
You know what I
Jordan
mean?
Mailata is probably the most famous player, successful player to come out of this program. Already a Super Bowl champion, already one of the best
Same
left
first
tackles.
name, same
Same first name, same
first
country,
name.
same
Mhm.
pathway.
Yup.
Look, get by the jersey, Betaya, bro. Lock it in.
Lock that
Uh,
in, baby.
so yeah, shout out to Jordan, who Mailata also called and was like really excited. He called him and they were talking and just gave him some advice on how to kind of stand out and how to start the work. Now that you're signed to a professional football team, uh, this could be a redshirt year, according to like how the rostering rules work for the international player pathway. If they keep him on the practice squad, he doesn't count against the total practice squad numbers. But if he gets called up to a game, if he dresses, even if he doesn't play, then
You got to
then
cut somebody.
then they got to cut somebody else, and he counts against that kind of rostering number.
And I think like the past rules were he can't get cut from the team. So even if he's not on the active roster, they still have to keep him on the practice team.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on him. He ended he was hurt Super Rugby season with the Queensland Reds. So I don't know. Someone tell me if you've seen Jordan Petaia play rugby and if you know him before this, let us know exactly like what the vibe is. Cause it looked like he's been banged up. So like he plays hard, has been in a bunch of like Super Rugby World Cups.
What are
So
his measurables?
excited uh to know. I don't know. He impressed at that the IPP kind of like combine, but I'm not sure exactly what his
You have his like his physical numbers, like his height and weight.
yeah, 6'3", 225. Wide receiver and tight end. 14th of March 2000. He was born in Victoria, raised in Brisbane. I guess I could have gone to his Wikipedia page.
If he was a
Yeah.
little heavier, I could see him moving to like the O line, but nope.
All right. Yeah. Also, a different player with potential that the Chargers signed this week was backup quarterback Trey Lance, which was
Hey,
funny because I was just talking trash about Trey Lance in the group chat before this signing was announced. And Forrest came up the next day and he was like, hey, look what the Chargers got. Uh,
nothing brings joy to my life more than when I get to do things like that with my friends.
It's like this guy, he's like, man, leave Trey
Look,
Lance
man,
alone. And I was like, no, he's making the Lances look bad. Okay. He had the chance, he didn't come through. And then the next day, Chargers signed Trey Lance to a 1 year, up to $6 million contract. I'm like,
I really think God was listening to our conversation. And God was like, oh, yeah,
oh, yeah.
oh yeah. I want to laugh today. But do you think this signals the the impending exit of said starting quarterback,
Justin
Justin
Herbert?
Herbert?
Yeah, he's out. He's gone.
Oh, see.
Justin Herbert, who just signed a 5-year extension for $200 million.
Count your days. Count your days.
Trey Lance is there, 3rd overall pick. What's Justin Herbert know about that? Nothing. 6th overall pick. Yeah. The thing about Trey Lance, super potential, super physical, super gifted, just like not experienced. Couldn't figure out the Shanahan system when he was drafted 3rd overall.
Just didn't have the field time, man. Just
couldn't beat Cooper Rush as the backup in Dallas to Dak Prescott. So I have low expectations, right?
That's more of a popularity contest. You know, Cooper Rush had been there for years, and
he won a lot. And he could complete passes.
Like,
CeeDee Lamb is like, who do I want? I want this guy that can freaking complete the ball to me, not Trey Lance.
I was just about to ask, does this give you a little bit more confidence? And I'm not, I would never ever wish this, but if Herbert had to go down for like a game or two, does this give you a little bit more confidence with your backup quarterbacks, with Trey Lance being in there?
It kind of takes the pressure off the backup quarterback when Greg Roman is your offensive coordinator and is like, well, the first thing we do is run the ball, right? If you can get a running quarterback off of that, maybe that's more helpful. You think about Colin Kaepernick and how he was for, the read option and going the other way and finding big lanes. I definitely think Trey Lance could do something like that. He hasn't shown like the ability to sit back, read a defense and make the play. He might make the read, but the ball doesn't get there. So much so that he didn't do it in San Francisco. They had to let him go, traded him away for a 4th round pick to the Cowboys. Not only didn't take the starting quarterback spot after being drafted 3rd overall, but didn't even get the backup quarterback spot. So it's like, I'm not confident in Trey Lance, probably just as even as Taylor Heineke, who also signed a 1-year contract this season for $6 million. I'm just as confident in both of them, which is not much. But Trey Lance does have those physicals, and probably why, the Chargers signed Heineke in February to a $6 million deal, and then did their due diligence where, they found out they could get a more athletic, taller, younger Heineke for the same price a couple weeks later now that we're here. So a good GM move, but not exciting. But also with the offensive coordinator being who he is, and so run heavy, run first, run priority.
Right.
It could work for the system, right? And that's what the Chargers have continuously shown, not only this year but last year, is that they're going to do the moves that are low risk, high reward, short term, right? Until they can get the ship back up and right side up.
Who was Greg Roman's last quarterback before San Diego?
Is it Kaepernick? Where was he? With San Francisco?
No, he was.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, this could be the second coming of Lamar Jackson. I'm saying.
Oh, with Trey Lance or Justin Herbert?
No, not Justin Herbert.
No, not Justin Herbert. I'm kind of feeling weird about Justin Herbert, man. Like, this guy's like got it all, but got none of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. This is what I'm saying. They need Goku needs to, and Vegeta need to fly over to to the I almost said the Thunders to the Chargers
To the
camp
Bolts.
and show them the fuse dance that they do on Dragon Ball Z, and
No.
then Justin Herbert and Trey Lance can fuse into Justin Lance, greatest quarterback ever.
Uh,
That that would work. No, I like Justin Herbert, man. I think yeah, we gave him a year to get comfortable in that system, and I think this year he's going to take the next step into being the quarterback that everybody's been waiting for him to be. I think he's been fine though. He's been hampered by injuries for a
mhm.
few of those seasons,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's done pretty good for like. I mean, I don't know if anybody else could have you know done the
He's
stuff
done
he's done
fine.
with the teams with the teams he's had to work with out there. So,
Oh, yes.
yeah,
That is a
so
good part. Like
yeah,
he's dragging up less than
right,
good teams to good
yeah,
level. And it doesn't
yeah,
feel like enough because it's supposed to be great, but the work to get you above water is not
right.
seen.
It's
Damn, okay.
tough.
Okay.
It's tough. He had to put
That's
himself
fair.
like he put it all. I mean, when he broke that finger, that was him really going out there and leaving it out on the field for the team.
Wasn't that Max
Definitely.
Crosby's face mask?
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't on purpose, not at all.
What a jerk. Just shoved his face in the guy's hand motion and
I mean, yeah, gosh. Sorry, we couldn't get our
uh
face mask.
yeah, so the, the Chargers got new players. Shout out to Jordan Petaia and Trey Lance. Hopefully, wishing the best. Some positives after trashing Trey Lance for 3 years. 24 years old. He's younger than Penix. He's younger than Bo Nix. He's probably
Faster than both.
physically more gifted him. Yeah.
Faster than both.
But this was the Niners knew it before they took him. Didn't play a lot in college. I don't think he played hella
No,
in high
he had
school
the
either.
working
So
year. Yeah.
yeah, so sit back, learn the system, but maybe it's also that opportunity to like bad habits haven't been ingrained so much so you can teach him something new, especially since he's been on the move recently and like teach him this new system and hopefully like the system works out for his playing style. Um
I think it'll be a little bit more as I said in the computer word, user friendly for him, the system
sure.
itself.
Hand it
I
off.
think not simplified for him, but I think it'll speak more to his abilities, like you were saying. So he can get out there and run,
Mhm.
hand the ball off. It'll be a lot of those short passes, short intermediate passes where he can get it off, quick passes, quick hits. So not that I don't expect him to see a lot of the field this year, because I think they're doing a lot with Justin Herbert now and a lot to protect him. So uh, I see Justin Herbert out there a lot this year. There's probably
Nice.
just two games of the season I think he's going to be really bad at, but it won't be his fault. It's just you know two games that he's going to be really really bad at, and
What can you
probably
do against the
loses.
Raiders?
Right? What can you do? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's the latest from this last week on the Raiders and the Chargers. We got the NFL draft coming up. We got two more shows, two more Ballinesian podcasts after this, before the NFL draft, which starts April 24th. It's in Green Bay this year. Round one on Thursday, 2 and 3 on Friday, and then the last 4 rounds on Saturday. Saturday is like it starts at like noon Pacific, and then it goes friggin' until you get to all the
Can you
comp picks, everything. It's pretty dope.
can you imagine telling stories about your draft class and like, where was the draft at? Well, Green Bay. What the hell are you guys doing, Green Bay? Oh,
It's
we ate
like
some cheese.
they've been on the move. They were in Chicago, Kansas City. They're moving around. It
Yeah,
used to be New York, Radio City Music Hall, some like
yeah.
big
Detroit.
place
Yeah.
there. But they've been moving it
Uh,
around. They've been like kind of making
I
people
know.
travel. It's kind of popular for cities.
Yeah. After Allegiant was built and the time that they had in Las Vegas, when they did in Las Vegas, there was people trying to get it permanently put into Las Vegas just because, it's Vegas, so it's gonna be like a whole big thing out there. But yeah, I guess they decided to
Did
just
they have the draft there?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was amazing.
WrestleMania is gonna be there this year. The
Ooh,
draft or the Super Bowl was there last year.
yep,
Yeah,
it's
you know.
crazy. And then I mean, the games that they have there for like March Madness always go crazy out in Vegas. They're
Oh, Summer League.
right Summer League, and that's big. Summer League's big out there. I think they've already broken ground on the new uh basketball facility that they're supposed to have down there. I saw the plans when they first got the okay to build it. It's going to be amazing. I think they're in anticipation of putting in for an NBA franchise, so they're going to build it to where the already uh, multi-time champions out there, the Las Vegas Aces will play there, and if they can get a NBA franchise, they'll be playing out there. The facility looks amazing. See the pictures. They're also breaking ground on the new A's stadium. Sorry, Oakland, it stole two of your two. Las Vegas stole two of your sports teams. That sucks. But yeah, that facility
A quick
is,
flight.
my gosh, it's yeah, exactly. It's just a quick flight, guys. Um, that facility is supposed to be amazing as well. So a lot of things happening in Vegas. If you go out there, it's still such a it's a big city, but it's also still such a big developing city. There's so much development going on there. So exciting times for Vegas. They got a great franchise there, both basketball, hockey, sorry, and football. Just one of the most iconic. I'm just kidding. They do have. It's just a great city for sports right now. It's a growing city. So yeah, Vegas is cool. I love it.
Vegas is
Crazy.
cool.
Cool. But man, it's funny. I mean, we just had the women's NCAA and men's NCAA championships just finish. The women, shout out to UConn for winning the championship in the women. Shout out to TE Papa, couldn't come away with her second championship. Uh, Glad she got her one though before she left college. I anticipate her entering the draft. And then now Florida just won their first championship in like I think 20 years. The last time they won, Al Horford was on the court, Joakim Noah was on the court, Corey Brewer was on the court for them. So they are now champions today. Close game with Houston, the University of Houston, who borrowed players from their football team to play on the basketball team. Those guys are yoked, bro. Have you seen? They just put out like video of like how their practices run, bro. Like if there's one team in college basketball I wouldn't want to get into a tussle with, Houston would have been it. But the Houston Cougars fall short today, losing 65 to 63 in the men's NCAA championship, the end of March Madness. Congratulations to the guys in Florida. Man, so that's done, and now we gotta wait. We still got NBA going, we got Major League going right now, but as always, we're also always waiting for football. Uh, so man, now we're just waiting for the draft. You know what I mean? I know Lance is over
Yep.
here just really wants football to come back like now.
Right.
Uh,
Camp's
I
already
tried.
started.
I tried watching like the AFL games last year, and like some of them were cool, but then you were like, nah, nah.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the NFL. Okay, let me go fill out a NFL draft bracket or mock draft. So I'm probably gonna do that for the next couple of weeks to fill in my football um, loneliness. Man,
Oh,
sports.
pow.
Man, she's. I know she was projected last year to go like in the top 10 of the WNBA draft. Um, she was a little inconsistent in the tournament this year. Uh, she didn't quite show up in the championship game. So, and not to take away from Connecticut because they did a great.
That might
Uh,
hurt. That might hurt Tahina's draft stock.
it might because like she was projected already top 10 last year. Came back for her senior year. Um, She is a shooter. She's a combo guard. She can play your point guard for you, but I think her best asset on the court is her shooting. She can hit it from out there on the three. Great. She's a great shooter. So, that's a skill that'll definitely get her to the league. And if she can just keep shooting it at a high rate like that from three, it's a skill that'll keep her in the league for a long time. So, looking forward to that. Um, they also have the Unrivaled League. Hopefully, she can get signed to a team there too. It's a new league. Maybe she can get onto there too as well. So, look forward to her. Um, look forward to her future in the sport of basketball because she's been great in the college game, in the high school game. So, yeah, I hope to see her a lot more after that because we already have Elisa Pili in the league. Minnesota, give her some time, man. Y'all got to give her some playing time. Stop playing
Trade her
with
to
her.
LA. Trade her to
Or
LA.
something, or something. Get her somewhere they can put her on the court. She needs to be on the court. Yeah.
All
So,
right. Any other shout outs?
man, you see the sweater, man. Shout out again to Pete Toilolo, man.
Is there more of it?
Uh, yeah, man. Just
What is that?
no, not more.
Creative community?
Yeah,
Oh,
man. See that? Yeah, Petey, man. Shout out to my guy. Uh, this was order like his first order. He sold like a little bit more than 100 of these, or maybe just like at the number 100. He's gonna come out with another. I don't know if it's gonna
oh no.
be he's got the sweaters, and they came out really great. They come with a scarf. My scarves, I think it's in my bag somewhere, but yeah, quality stuff, man. Shout out to you, Petey. Always supporting you, man. Gonna have to have him back on the show soon so he can talk his 49ers and we can talk about the Living Room Media Group or the Living Room Collective, as I like to say. So shout out to you, Petey. Deserve.
Shout out to PD underscore PD209. Definitely follow the Living Room Creative Collective. That's
There
dope.
it is. There
I'd
it
love to
is.
see it. Yeah. Quality. What's the fit like? How does it feel? Like, is it tight anywhere? Is it like cool? Is
Nah,
it is it
it's
really
cool.
warm?
It's a good fit. It does keep you warm. It's a nice thick
Nice.
material. You know what I'm saying? It's quality material, honestly. It fits well though. It's a thicker material, but it doesn't fit like it's heavy on you. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not too tight in the spots that people don't like to be
Yeah.
tight in. So yeah, man. Color's great, just great quality. So look forward
Nice.
to all the future merch that's coming out from the living room collective out there, you know. So yeah, man. And
Nice.
and shout out to man, one of my oldest friends, like a brother to me, John Arcapo. If you guys are in Vegas or Arizona, these next weeks, he's playing at festivals out there. So if you hear the name John Arcapo, go watch, go listen. One of the better musicians that you will ever hear, whether it's from straight from American Samoa or anywhere in the world. John's an amazing musician. Um, yeah, go check him out, man. If you hear the name, go see the show.
Shout out to John. Also, again, shout out to Levasa collabing with Pie Fest. They're going to be at the Steam Fair there in San Mateo. Follow Pie Fest and Levasa for more information on how to get there. But Levasa is going to have a booth and they're going to be printing uh, blank shirts. Or you bring a shirt, they're going to put a logo on it. I think they got the
They'll have
Pie
the press
Fest
out there for it. Yep,
press. Yeah.
that's dope.
The Pie Fest logos, and Levasa is going to be dropping game and teaching people how to make their own clothes and stuff like that. So definitely get out there to San Mateo this Saturday, April 12th, for the Steam Fair, the Pie Fest Steam Fair, featuring Levasa and others. Shout out to comedian James Mane, who had his birthday this
Hey,
week. Happy birthday, Uso. This guy's all over the place. Definitely follow
yes, man.
James Mane, comedian James Mane on Instagram. I think he's on TikTok too. He had like
Super funny.
a comment
Super
that
funny.
went viral
Oh,
on
it's
like
going viral.
Instagram or something.
I seen
It's
that.
like the cameraman said, "I'm the cameraman, and not the rescue man." Some guy was getting eaten alive by a octopus. Shout out to Long Beach Poly's greatest running back ever, Herschel Patch Dennis. Here in Long Beach Poly in the Jackrabbits when you're talking about Antonio Pierce reminding me of. Shout out to the Oos Miggs, who we've had on the show before. His fantasy basketball season. It just wrapped up. I ended up getting third. This dude I think he got knocked out in the first, but Noah was in the championship.
I seen that.
This is me and Noah's first season in this fantasy basketball league, and ended up making the playoffs, getting to the Final Four. He got to the championship. I won the bronze game. I think Andrew Drew Time, who is here in Portland, ended up winning. It was like $1,200 for the first place. I was so mad. It could have been me versus Noah in the finals, but I lost by like one category by like just a couple of stats.
Was it field goal percentage?
I think it was. Yeah, my field goal and free throws. I built my team as like a defensive team, so I would always win steals and blocks and hopefully rebounds. But I got annihilated in points. I also like Jamal Murray was out for the week. I think Karl Anthony Towns missed a game. And then I had one game where I had one day where Keon Ellis, Max Christie, Tayshaun Prince, Tareen Prince, all shot like 3 for 30. Bro, I was mad. Max Crispy went 0-1-1-1. He had 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. I was definitely mad, bro. I was like, this is maximum disappointment. In the crunch time, I think he's gonna be great for Dallas. I keep telling Migs that Miguel is like mad still, which I'm sure a bunch of people are, that Luka's no longer a Mavs player. But anyway, shout out to Migs, shout out to Andrew, shout out to Talanoa, and everybody else that was in that fantasy basketball league. Your guys' gifts and comments are hilarious. Migs retiring from fantasy basketball, by the way. He said he's done, bro. I'm like, nah, man, you're the commissioner. You run the league. You make sure shit gets done. And he's like, no, I'm not watching basketball, actually. He's done with the sport and its accessory leagues. Oh, my goodness. Shout out to Migs.
That's funny.
Another shout out. Oh.
Go ahead. No, you good.
Yeah, another shout out to Scoofius.art.
Hey,
if you're
draw you again?
Nah, man, but that's still crazy. We gotta put that picture up. I gotta get it up on the wall. I gotta find the right.
That's gotta be your background, bro.
Yo, or even here, yeah. The Polytickin Network, Scoofius custom art. That piece is definitely gonna be displayed. But yeah, everything that he does, he's got like he's gonna be at WrestleCon. But definitely check him out, Scoofius.art, or online on the Instagram at Scoofius.
Man, funny that you mentioned Herschel Dennis. Were you shouting him out for like his birthday, or
was it his birthday?
Oh no, I don't know. Why were you shot? Like you?
Oh, you said Long Beach Poly, Jackrabbits. I went to one of his games before he went to USC.
Wait, Brett, before he went to USC, man, I was the biggest Herschel Dennis fan because he was also being recruited by Notre Dame. But then I was so happy he also went to USC because I was like, oh shit, USC, man, it's gonna be fun to watch him there. And then like he got injured at first, and then he got buried within the roster.
He was supposed to be Reggie Bush.
That's exactly.
That's crazy.
That's what I was telling you. He got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt, but he was like, that was gonna be him. He was gonna be Reggie Bush there. And I used to tell people like, well, you wait till Herschel Dennis gets to the league. You know what I mean? I repped him so hard.
I think he's coaching up there, like Tacoma area.
Yeah, he's coaching out here. Yeah. Man, throwback. But another great Poly running back, man. Half Poly, half African American. Just, he was, man. He, like you said, at sheesh. Herschel Dennis, yeah, man.
Yeah. let us know who you want us to shout out or who you want to shout out. We'll read those out. Tap in at Ballinesian on Instagram or at ballinesian@gmail.com. If you want to email, DMs, send a smoke signal, snail mail, whatever, let us know. And we will get that up. Anything else? Oh, Flag Day's coming up. April 17th.
For who? For who? Don't remind me about something I can't go to.
We'll see. We're gonna get fautasi race information. We'll see how that goes. We'll see
Man,
what the drama is. We'll see who sinks, who swims.
look, Pavayai has a boat now. Alao has a boat.
Papa has a boat.
Yeah. I was like, bro, there's no ocean in Papa. But okay, whatever.
They're like, no, we're gonna put together a team.
Like, no, we rode down the mountain. Okay.
Mudslide.
But yeah, Papa has a boat. Shout out to them. Alao also has a boat. Shout out to them. So I mean, that's gonna be cool, man. All my guys right now rowing for Matasawa out of Manua, Nuudi, where I practically grew up in with my cousins, and then Ili Ili, the rest of the boys rowing for Ili Ili. So man, it's gonna be fun to watch all the guys rowing for those boats. It's gonna be crazy.
You gotta do.
Taiwan's back out on the water, so that's great too. That's great to see
See,
Taiwan out there as well.
we need to do a dive on the boats, on what boats are rowing, who your affiliation goes to. Like, if people are trying to pick a boat,
man. That's tough.
what I mean, just like a user guide for people that aren't familiar. And like, okay, if you're from a certain place, this is your boat. Okay, you don't have anything to say.
Yeah,
Or like,
I'm down, man.
and then we can compare them to NFL teams. Which one is the Patriots? Which one is the Chiefs? Which one is the Raiders?
To get back to Samoa.
Oh, okay.
We might get mobbed.
Is the ocean far enough between to keep us safe?
We might be like at Winco shopping, and somebody might fall for us in Winco. Like,
you call us the Broncos?
Why? Oh, man, I can already see it, man. People, that's probably going to be the most commented on video ever for us. Yeah.
All right, we'll start doing the research, and next week we'll have something. We gotta get ready for that. All right, appreciate you guys for tapping in. Thanks for jumping on and giving us the latest on the Raiders. Ooze, appreciate you.
Oh man, it's an everyday thing, man. I gotta let people know how great we are.
Hey, this is where we are. Ballinesian Podcast. Find out the greatest of the Raiders, the latest of the Chargers. What's going on in the NFL? We'll do other sports. We will.
And also, just in case you guys didn't know, if you have nieces and nephews who are playing any kind of sports, Notre Dame is the new poly pipeline. So, they got. Hey, I'm telling you, well, I'm trying to make it, but USC right now is doing a great job recruiting a lot of these Polynesian football players, getting them to go to stay home pretty much. They're recruiting the best out of California. They're doing a good job of it this season, this off season, recruiting a lot of the poly guys, and they're staying home in California to play at USC. That's great to see. Not that they're at USC, but that they're having the opportunity to play at USC. But also, Kingston Villiamu hey, Robert. Kingston Villiamu see, he likes Notre Dame. Kingston Villiamu
Are you guys talking about the Irish?
he was the number one linebacker out of California last year, arguably number one. Like, he signed with Notre Dame the year after, which is this year. Madden Faremo, who was also probably the number one linebacker coming out of California, again over there in South Bend, and now they're projected to sign Tikiola out of Texas, if I'm not mistaken, D lineman. So man, yeah, Talanoa Ely playing out there in Koku, bro. Notre Dame.
You're telling him to go to Notre Dame?
Right. You lived in California, bro. You don't need to be there. Go ahead. Notre Dame, bro. Notre Dame, bro. Talanoa, one really great linebacker. He was out in California playing in the Trinity League. Now he's decided to go play his senior year out in Koku. So another great linebacker. It'd be great to have like consecutive years of great poly linebackers commit to Notre Dame. So this is me being an unofficial recruiting part of the recruiting team at Notre Dame. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Great to see all these guys getting signed everywhere. Not just at Notre Dame for me, but USC, UCLA's picking up a couple guys. See these names all be mentioned in Bama, Georgia, Ohio State. Crazy to think that a few years ago, like it was so tough to get poly players recruited
New
by these
Mexico
schools. Yeah, like I mean that was the route junior college, and
Junior
then
College, yeah,
yeah, and then
and
to
then
like
Pac-10.
right, exactly. And then because they were right there, they go to a junior college in California, and the Pac-10 had the best view, Pac-12 best view of these guys playing because they were right there in their backyard,
Mhm.
and they could recruit like that. And a lot of the kids were just like, well, I don't think I'm gonna get another offer, So they signed a lot with these. They made a lot of these Pac-12, Pac-10 teams great. So it's good to see that they get other options now. But at the same time, hopefully the Pac-12 comes back and we get some. I don't know. I think they should recruit like Hawaii. I think Hawaii should be. I think it's
Yeah,
time
for
for them to be
sure.
part of the Pac-12.
It's the
Yeah.
only school in the Pacific Ocean.
Right. Right.
It should be
Right.
in the Pacific Conference.
Right.
Yeah, Hawaii, Boise State, get some of these other, maybe not Boise State, but
Yeah.
you got to rebuild it from the scratch, though, right? All those
Well, they
premier
still have
back teams are in the Big 10, Big 12.
who was
But
left
we're getting off
it
the
was
subject.
oh we totally are, but anyway, shout out to everybody again. Like Lance said, thanks for keeping us company.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for listening again as we break down the stuff we want to talk about. If you do have a specific topic, we'll research it and talk
Oh,
about
for
it. Let
sure,
us know. DM us,
for sure.
leave a comment on one of the posts. Tell us what needs to be talked about or what you think is important.
Rick said, "Dad, come on, that's enough."
Dad, it's enough. This guy, your breath stinks. This is an old man dog. Jeez. Shout out to Murchison, named after Murchison Road in Fort Bragg.
Yay.
Yeah. I forgot what else I was going to say, but that's our show. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. As always, follow our socials, follow the Polytickin Network, follow Livasa, and we'll see you guys next week with the fautasi user guide.
Hey, especially if you want to see that get done well, please leave us some comments and let us know what you
Oh
think
yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah. Hey,
Please.
we're gonna source some help from
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
What boats and why do you cheer for them? Who should be cheering for them? All that
Right.
stuff. All
Man, we
right.
might have to have Matt come on here.
Say again.
We might have to have ask Matt to come on here. Danger.
Hey, yeah, danger. All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Stay safe. Do everything you need to do. These tariffs are coming for you. And your wallets. But that's our show. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay balling. Love and light. Peace.
Goodbye, iPhone.
$12,000 for an iPhone?